What's going on, guys? Matty G back here with you on Football with Flags. Thanks so much for joining us as always. We've got a special preview in store for you today on the African Cup of Nations, which begins in January of 2024. But with the official draw less than a month away, it's time to take a look at the pots, see how this 24-team field stacks up, and give a preview on each side in it. Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get to it. Just a little background information for you on this competition. Keep those dates in mind as well once the 2024 calendar rolls around and this thing gets going. Keep in mind as well, the official draw is on October 12th, so coming up here in just three and a half weeks or so. Certainly excited for that. Again, this is just the third time this competition has seen 24 teams, but definitely a very competitive field. And Egypt are 7-time champions, the most of any African nation. Before we get to those four pots, again, of course, based off ranking, here's a look at the entire field. Guys, it is so competitive. It's going to be unbelievable to watch these teams compete. I can't wait for the official draw so that way we can see which matchups we're going to have in the group stage. And keep in mind as well, it's a 16-team knockout on the back end of this tournament also. So again, a lot of action in store for you in that upcoming month starting in 2024. So here's a look at pot number one, of course, all based off of rankings as well. But keep in mind with pot number one, you have your defending champions in there as well, along with the host. We'll start off with Egypt, 7-time champions, the most, of course, of any country, as we stated before. They've lost in the final of 2 of the last 3 of these competitions. Algeria were the 2019 champs. They lost to Cameroon in a dramatic World Cup qualifying playoff that missed the 2022 World Cup. They are going to be a tough team to beat in this competition. As for Tunisia, the 2004 champs, when they hosted, they finished 4th in 2019. Don't forget that big win they had against France in the World Cup last year. Also an incredibly talented side. As for Morocco, arguably the best team in Africa right now. We saw the semifinal run that they had in the World Cup. They are certainly a heavy favorite in this competition. As for Senegal, the defending champs, one of the best teams in Africa right now. A big question for me, though, is can they stay healthy before and throughout this competition? And last but not least, of course, Ivory Coast, the 2023 hosts, the 2015 champions in dramatic fashion, defeating Ghana in a penalty shootout with Hervé Renard as their manager. The question is, though, is can this Ivory Coast team with the declining presence of talent be a force to be reckoned with in this upcoming tournament? Now on to a look at pot number 2, and we'll start with South Africa. Bafana, currently ranked 63rd in the world. They were the 1996 champions. Made it to the quarterfinal in 2019, but they did not qualify in 2021. Maybe a mixed bag of expectations for this side, but certainly excited to be back. As for Ghana, the Black Stars, they're 4-time champions, but they haven't won since 1982. They've finished between 2nd and 4th place in between the years of 2008 and 2017, but they had a group stage exit in 2021. As for Burkina Faso, the Stallions were runners-up in 2013. Solid finish in 4th in 2021. Certainly looking for another deep run in this upcoming competition. As for Mali, they finished 3rd twice in 2012 and 2013. 2 round of 16 exits in the last 2 editions of this competition, and they are also another team that lost in a World Cup playoff last year. As for Nigeria, 2013 was their last title. 3rd in 2019. They also lost in a World Cup playoff. This is another very, very talented side, eager to have an opportunity on a big tournament stage to prove how good that they are. And last but not least, Cameroon, the 2017 champions, a big win versus Brazil in the World Cup. They were the 2021 hosts and one of only 3 countries to win back-to-back titles that were in 2000 and 2002. Moving on to pot number 3, beginning with Mauritania, just their 3rd appearance ever. It is their 3rd consecutive appearance, however, but now looking for the opportunity to get over the group stage hump. As for Equatorial Guinea, just the 4th appearance ever for them. Their first was in 2012. However, they have made 2 runs to the quarterfinals and 1 to the semis, so some big-time results in the past for this side. As for Zambia, the 2012 champs, bit of a mixed bag of emotions as this side has still never qualified for a World Cup. This is, however, their first appearance since 2015. As for Guinea, this West African side has made a run to the round of 16 in the last 2 editions, obviously looking to hopefully get beyond that point this time around. As for Cape Verde, just the fourth time they've ever qualified for AFCON. They did make it to the round of 16 in 2021. As for the Democratic Republic of Congo, they are two-time champions back in 1968 and 1974. They had a round of 16 exit in 2019 to Madagascar on penalties. Moving on to the final pot number 4, as we begin with Tanzania, currently ranked 124th in the world, just their third appearance in this competition. The first two were in 1980 and 2019, as they exited the group stage both times. As for the Gambia, the Scorpions, the first appearance they had was in 2021, making a run to the quarterfinal. Big question remains is, can they make a similar run in this edition? As for Angola, a quarterfinal run in both 2008 and 2010. That's the farthest that they've ever gotten. This is their 9th total appearance in AFCON. As for Namibia, their first appearance was in 1998. They're currently ranked 114th in the world, first time being back since the 2019 tournament. As for Mozambique, their first appearance was in 2010. They've never been better than the group stage, but this is their first time in the expanded field. As for Guinea-Bissau, their fourth straight appearance, first beginning in 2017. They have also never made it farther than the group stage. Well, guys, I certainly hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And please let us know down in the comments as well who you're rooting for or who you'd like to see do well in this competition. Make sure you mark your calendars also for that upcoming draw for AFCON in less than a month. We've got predictions to come as well, so make sure you stay tuned for that and plenty more, as there's exciting times down in Africa with this competition on its way. Guys, hope you have a blessed day, and we will see you soon. Peace.